Hello, welcome to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the first 2 weeks of May 2019. Thank you for your continued support, Cancer. Appreciate you. And this time we're using the Akashic Tarot for the main reading, and we use the After Tarot for clarification. Okay, this is a very action-oriented deck. I feel like we are at the period here. We've gone through that transformation with that shift of energy we have. We've been releasing with those 2 moon in Libras, and I feel like we're coming into a place where we have to start facing, start planning, start taking action about that new level of awareness that we have attained, into that new reality that we are living with. Okay, a lot of us have grown spiritually. We have, even if you're not completely aware of how much you have and how, believe me, you have, because these heavy energies, they're affecting all of us. Okay, those planetary positions and shifts that have been happening, they have an effect on all of us as a collective, and most certainly on you in your personal life as well. So here we go, Cancer. We've reshuffled and meditated on your energy. So we're doing a little bit more shuffling on camera as I chat up. And we ask Spirit, what guidance, messages do you have for Cancer friends? Cancer, I feel like, again, I need to call on the elements: water, fire, earth, air, to please all the resources that the divine have for us here in the 3D world. All 4 corners of the universe, all directions, north, south, east, west. Spirit of light and love, what messages do you have for Cancer? 5 of Swords came out for you, and it flipped up again, Cancer. You need to see it, and it says diversity. Okay, I tried to put it back, it shifted up again. What message do you have for our Cancer friends? And here we go, Cancer. That was a long preparation, especially after I've done it before I turn on the camera. But always we listen to the guidance, we go with it. Here we go, Archangel Michael. There is communication here that needs to happen, or that's happening. You're about to start receiving, Cancer, about whatever it is that you're dealing with during this time. And we have the Six of Roses, which is the War of the Roses, and then we have the 3 of Keys. So we have 2, 3 here, and in the center we have the 6. So 3 plus 3 equals 6. Okay, Cancer, this is what we're dealing with, multiples of 3s. Okay, and all this together equals to 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. Again, the number of communication. And at the bottom of the deck, I kid you not, what do we have? Number 6. Oh my goodness, Cancer. Oh my goodness, Cancer. And 6, if you add it to that 12 here, is what? 18. Okay, 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. Also multiple of 3, it's 9, is like 3 square is 9, and 9 is the number of completion. Okay, there's communication that needs to happen here. There's a bunch of multiple of 3 flying around. And Cancer, if you have Gemini in your chart, I'm sure you do, or whatever you're dealing with, maybe in regards to your 3rd house. Okay, and that's the house of Gemini. Yeah, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So, and again, same issue. So it may be in regards to communication is very much heavily pronounced here for you, Cancer. And I'm going to start, I don't know why I pull up the Rose Quartz here that's on top of the Whispers of Love deck, but what I'm trying to pull really is that After Tarot for clarification, but it's almost as if there's no communication needed here. Okay, this is Archangel Gabriel. He's the divine angel, divine archangel. He doesn't just communicate amongst the angels and amongst the earthly beings here. He is the angel of the God, of the divine. Okay, he communicates straight from the brain, communications from the divine to us and to the other angels, to the other archangel. Okay, he's a very important archangel, Archangel Gabriel. So he's there for you if you're having issues with communicating, with opening up, with speaking your truth. Archangel Gabriel can assist you. You can reach out to Archangel Gabriel, and perhaps there is some kind of communication that's gonna come towards you, that's going to put an end to that war of the roses that's happening here. That's what's at the center of your reading, okay, Cancer? War of the roses. Everyone is standing in their camp. The face-off is about to happen. Okay, it's about to happen mentally. We have the Three of Keys here, which is a chess game. Okay, that's a mental game that's been happening, right? People playing their cards, people doing the tit for tat, right? Your turn, my turn. I'm gonna make my move. I'm gonna, try to think 4 steps, 3 steps ahead. What move would you make before I make my move? There's a real sense of the mental aspect here. Even though the keys here are associated mostly with fire and energy, but there's a sense of, it's very calculating what's happening here. Okay, this has been a war that, and the words is an emotion. So this is a war where and again, that's why I picked up this deck, why I was leading towards this deck, because I really wanted to use the vice versa deck this time, but I was lead to this deck here for you, for these readings, because I feel like we had a phase now after that transformative energy we've gone through, that shift we've gone through, that we are making decision. It's time for us to choose our camp. Okay, we are no longer the same. You are not the same person that you were in January 1st. Nor am I. None of us are. Okay, we have been touched, we have been changed, we understand things on different levels now. We have been presented with new possibilities, with different perspectives, okay, with a different level, with different awareness. Okay, so here, people, it's time now that we know that. So now it's time to choose our sides. Okay, it's time to choose our sides. The arms are drawn. Who are you fighting for? What are your ideals? Okay, where do you stand? There's a battle here. It's full battle. If people are on the field, okay, choose your side. The calculation game. You've been calculating. You've been planning. Perhaps communicating, trying to bring peace in. But now it's time to really put your mouth, put your actions where your mouth is, to face up to the reality of what's been happening here. And at the bottom of the deck, you have a 6. This is a 6 of forces, okay? The forces are earth energy. This is a waterfall. Let it flow. There's a sense of here, Spirit is asking you, what you're really facing is to let go of resistance, okay? To let go of resistance, to let it flow. I'm looking here, I'm almost distracted. At the bottom, when I put this to show you this card, is the 5 of Gardens underneath that's showing up for you, okay? There's a 5 of Gardens, a beautiful garden. Almost kind of like, please harness your inner child. Get back to that inner child attitude to really enjoy what's happening, to really understand what's happening. Don't be so calculative. Okay, and yes, it was another 6 that's underneath here, the 6 of Swords, the sense of time. So there's a sense of timing here, and that child is looking to what do you call that? A micro view or something. Anyways, to enlarge that little creature, which is a butterfly. She wants to see it closer. She's taking a closer look of that transformation that just happened. Like, how did you become a butterfly, right? Trying to almost like trace the part of like, what were you before? Of the caterpillar in that butterfly, trying to understand that transformation that just happened. How did you become to be who you are? Let me see every aspect of you. So you're at the moment now, Cancer, where you perhaps after doing that releasing, you've gone through all these changes, you are still contemplating, you're still trying to understand the emotional aspect of that. What does that mean for you right now? Having gone through that transformation, having an understanding, okay? Perhaps you receive communication about something where you feel like you had to take a side. You could no longer be neutral, okay? But there's a sense also, what needs to happen here is to understand that there's a sense of almost a forceful, there's a forceful part to it, right? Of nature. Like, we have the sense of time here. It's almost like the sense of timing, that there's some stuff we cannot rush, okay? This is going to happen when it needs to happen. The other 6 that we're speaking under is that sense of time, right? It's like only time can reveal certain things, and you cannot rush time. And here, that waterfall, I get that same sense, okay? The waterfall, the waterfalls at its own rate, its own velocity. There's a lot of things that affect it. You cannot really rush it, right? This big structure, there's so many aspects of it. It's flowing into a larger body of water. We don't know where it begins, where it ends, right? It's one continuing flow here. It's almost like you got to let it flow. You can do is look at it and experience it and enjoy it. So there's a sense here. And 6, again, in the tarot as a major arcana, that's a card of the lovers, right? If this is a love situation where everyone has been on the camp, everyone has taken their stand, they're ready to fight, there's no compromise, people are being calculative about like, oh, I want to do this, this is what you're going to do, or I know what you're going to say, so I'm going to do this, or I know you want except to do this. If that's the case for you, Cancer, if it's you who's being calculative, manipulative, or trying to, standing your ground, not not finding a compromise, ready to go in full battle, I don't know if that's not sustainable. That's not going to stand for, that's not going to last. Okay, and I want to get some clarification here. Spirit, please give us some clarification on the 6 of Roses. Some clarification on the 6 of Roses for our Cancer friends. Really, we don't need any clarification on Archangel Michael. Just know there's message coming towards you, perhaps from someone in your life, because the angels, sometimes they use people in our lives. Sometimes you'll be reading something, perhaps it's just watching this reading, something will go like, aha, that's the missing piece, that's what I couldn't put together. Okay, but there is a message coming here that's going to help you out in whatever situation you're dealing with. Some clarification on that 6 of Roses, Spirit. Clarification on that 6 of Roses. And some of you may need to fight that battle too, to let people know where you stand. The Moon, shadow aspect of you. You're in the shadow. You're dealing with that energy of your shadow self. You're not in the light right now. Okay, you're doing the shadow work. And the King of Swords, what did I say? Didn't I say if you are dealing with a Gemini? So Cancer, the Moon is also the card of Cancer. Okay, so it's almost like that those two camp, it's like a battle between the Cancer and a Gemini, right? Or perhaps it could also mean that Cancer, you need to really be if you go into battle, if it is the stance you're about to take, you're not going to try to find a compromise in that situation with somebody, perhaps, or in some aspect of your life. Perhaps for some of you, it may be with your family. Okay, it doesn't have to be a relationship. So if this is the sense you're taking, that okay, I'm gonna stand my ground, I know where I stand, and I'm gonna go on full battle if that's what's necessary. Okay, maybe through the courts you're gonna have to battle that person, but the 6 of Roses deals with emotion. So I'm really getting a sense it is an emotional situation here. And look at that waterfall. Some people, there will be tears. Okay, some people, there will be a lot of tears. Some people will be crying, and perhaps it's a sense of a release of energy, a release. Okay, that's happening here with that waterfall. So if that's the sense you're taking, Spirit is asking you to be very clear into that, to be willing to die by the swords. If you're gonna live by that swords, you're willing to fight, you believe you are in the right, and you're willing to go on full battle, be willing to fall on that sword, Cancer. Okay, the sword is ahead of him. The sword is standing in a whole different platform, planted into the ground through his crown. Okay, into a whole different platform before you get to that King of Swords, meaning you're going to meet the swords before you get to him. So know what's your opponent, be clear about what you're fighting for, and know who you are fighting. Okay, know who you're facing and what you're facing. Be very clear and be very decisive about it. Know every aspect of that situation, because here the chess game is also asking you to be calculative, to think ahead. Okay, that's the same thing it's asking you. Not just to communicate, but to also be strategic about the situation. Because you have a mighty opponent. And it seems like for some of you, you are dealing with a Gemini. Spirit, some clarification on the 3 of Keys. Or you have heavy Gemini in your chart. So this is you being in your full power, using that, harnessing that energy of the King of Swords, being clear, decisive, strong, and using your intellect to really get into that chess game, to really think ahead, 3 steps ahead. Some clarification on the chess game, please, for Cancer. Spirit, some clarification on the chess game for Cancer. Some clarification on the 3 of Keys. Clarification on the 3 of Keys for Cancer. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna take all of them. They wanna come out for you, Cancer. King of Cups. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. It's a King of Cups at the bottom here. So Cancer, 2 of Pentacles, waiting things out, trying to decide, do I follow, do I join in? There's a caravan leaving here. The group is leaving. Here you are, standing alone, standing on one leg, on one foot. What do I do? Still waiting it out, trying to make a decision, trying to find stability in that situation. Okay, the water, look how choppy is that water here. The water is choppy. These people are about to face. They're going into that choppy water, and you're going like, do I join them or do I stand? So this is you here. Do I join that battle or do I stand in my truth? Do I use that sword? Do I join them? I pick up that sword and join them in battle? Or do I use the mind game here? And here we have 2 of swords. This is the time to make the decision. Waiting it out is over. Trying to wait out every position, every aspect, every possibilities, that's over. That's over for you. Done for. The 2 of Swords is telling you here, it's time to remove that blindfold, to either pick up your sword, choose your path, make that decision. And also it's a card of fairness. Whatever happens as a result, it's gonna be the fair, the fair outcome. Okay, that's like there'll be justice in the outcome of that situation. And what do we have here? The Queen of Swords came out. So we have the King and the Queen of Swords. So I really feel like this is a romantic situation, an emotional situation for the vast majority of you. Okay, Cancer, you have all this swords energy, all this energy about intellect, communication, clarity, right? And it seems like it's really during this time period of, that was really fast. During this time period of beginning of May, you're really gonna have to make some decisions about that person. If you've been at odds in fight, whether fighting through the court, maybe it's a custody battle, maybe it's battle, like where do we do, where do we go? Perhaps it's communication. Someone has been withholding communication, is very calculative, manipulative in the way they communicate with you, withholding information, okay? Whatever it is, it seems like it's going to come to a head, okay? It's going to come to a head. It's time to make a decision. It's time to make a decision here. And we have the King and the Queen of Swords, like decisive, swift, smart, and you're not just gonna be using your emotions, you know, like, no, you're going to really use your intellect and you're going to let it flow. If tears will fall, tears will fall. If people need to get caught, people will get caught. And I love this Queen of Swords because at the tip of her sword, can you see how the light is kind of weird? It has gotten dark. It's overcast here all of a sudden, and I want you to see it. At the tip of her sword is the butterfly. Okay, it's a butterfly transformation, and you understand that clarity, that communication. Once all that happened, you cut all that ish out, it's gonna bring clarification. You're gonna step out of that shadow to get your clarity. You're gonna let go of that moon energy, that deep feelings and all of that. You're gonna let go of these feelings and you're gonna use your intellect to solve this issue. Okay, you're gonna be strategic in the way you solve this issue, in the way, if the 2 of you are meant to come together, it's gonna be just and fair, and you're going to be smart about it. Okay, and this is a Whispers of Love. Oh my goodness, this is a Whispers of Love oracle deck for your love message. Look right at the bottom here we have for you, Cancer. The Union of Hearts. A love connection defies explanation. My goodness. So, defies explanation. What else do we know defies explanation? Archangel Gabriel appearing to the Virgin saying, hey, you're pregnant, and it's God is the father. And you're gonna make a baby who's going to change the world. Okay? defies explanation. Okay, virgin conception, virgin birth. So there's a love connection here. You've been in battle with that person. You're trying to, perhaps some of you've been trying to use mind. There's mind games. There's all kind of weird stuff happening. You cannot make ends and meets about it. You're waiting out the situation. You're trying to see your way out, but you cannot fully understand it. And here you are. Perhaps you tried to let go before. Oh dear God, Cancer, you are in it, huh? You are fully in it. That's what's at the bottom of the deck for you, okay? And this is number 28, a 2, again, unity, union, duality, partnership. And we have the 8, which is potential, number of potential. I see 8 as work in progress, right? Potential, not yet there, almost there to the sense of completion. But the card that came out for you is number 31. Okay, the 3, communication in 1, that new start that's about to happen. Love makes a difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. And look at here, there's trumpets, there's music blowing out here, just like that same trumpet that the Archangel Gabriel is holding, right? To communicate. It seems like here, through all this fight, through all these mind games, the only thing that needs to happen to heal this situation is communication. And once you guys start communicating, it's like everything will just be like swept away. That transformation happened, okay? That sword of clarity, that truth, that clarity, that communication is what's gonna bring forth the communication in this, if it's love situation, I see that some of you are dealing with, okay? And it says love helps heal past hurts and provide a sense of security and self-worth. I think you're coming. You guys are gonna get your wish. And some of you may have to stand your ground. And in the meantime, you may have to fight for that love. Okay. And if it was, I must say it because we have so many 3s here. If it was a third-party situation that you are dealing with, Cancer, it seems as if towards the end of it, what we have here is 2. We have the King of Cups here to clarifying it end up in 2. 2 of Swords, fairness, 2 of Pentacles, decision made. And we have the pairing here of the King and the Queen of Swords. So if it was a 3-party situation, it's a choice will be made. Okay, if that was that choice that needed to be made, someone was waiting it out, who do I choose, where do I go, the choice will be made. Oh, all right, here we go. We have a jumper. This is your Work Your Light Oracle deck. And we have your protection. Oh, beautiful. And the protection here, it says, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Cut back, cut the cords, soul retrieval. I love this. So you are protected in all of this. And we already know it. The first card that pulled out for you is Archangel Gabriel. But I love the card at the bottom of the deck for you. The ever unfolding woes. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. It's happening for you. Perhaps this battle you had to stand your ground. You had to even make use of your shadow self, Cancer, to really show what you're working with, to really let someone know, I'm not gonna allow you to mess with me. You can come in peace, or you can, and if you don't come in peace, you're gonna be manipulative and calculative, and you're not gonna communicate clearly. You're gonna have a side piece or whatever. I'm gonna draw my sword. I have no problem to use that sword, to yield that sword on you. And I'm on my camp, and I'm gonna bring a whole team of my girls or my dudes to really fight this battle. Battle for my heart, battle for my love. Battle for what I deserve, and you have the protection of the divine for that, okay? And I love this. It's happening for you. So perhaps you have to go to this whole ordeal for you to really understand your self-worth, to really get to be that person, because we have here a mention of self-worth, okay? And provides a sense of security and self-worth, that love, focusing on that love here. And I hope this I know there's a lot of going on. It was a bit of all over the place, and we've gone over a 20 minutes mark, but it's okay. The message had to come out the way it's supposed to come out. Thank you so much, Cancer, for your support. I truly do appreciate it. I'm sending you so much love. Come back at mid-month for the next set of reading, and remember, love is the only answer. Thank you, Cancer. Bye.